Do we have a plan for like the sequence today though?
Oh, we don't have any
Did you
plan.
write anything down?
No, there's no plan.
Okay, great.
This is podcast number 11 of Soul Sisters. I'm Erin,
And I'm Carissa.
and like we said, we are Soul Sisters.
Yes. When did we last podcast? Was it in the summer? I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
It was June.
So it's only been probably 2 podcasts since I wore this cowl. But
Last
I wore it again.
Christmas.
Because okay. One project that I'm going to show today
Yes.
was like, I feel so happy with it. It feels like I hit it out of the park.
Okay.
And then I started the next project and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really getting better at knitting. This is going to be another hit it out of the park.
Okay.
And then I got like 3/5 of the way through and I was like, ugh, this is not good.
Well, you only got to second base then, or?
No, I just seen that it was like, oh shoot, this is not
Yeah.
the perfection that I thought it was going to be when I started.
Oh.
But this is an example of like this is one of my top-notch
Oh.
projects. You know, I have maybe 4 that I can think
Yeah.
of that are like, those were so good and they turned out so well that they warrant just wearing it again on every other podcast. Because I want to know what yours would be, but like mine would be this cowl, the velvet mirror cowl that I got from
Yes.
Farmer's Daughter Fiber. That's hit it out of the park. Actually, another one would be that salt. What's it
Called
called?
Salt Point.
Salt Point cowl with the Gauge Dye Works.
Yeah.
Better before it got ruined, but still very good. The green sweater, that green nurtured sweater.
Yes.
I'm very happy with how that one turned out. And then this one that I just made for Christmas, it was so good. Do you have some that are like, those were so good?
So we're talking about top favorites of things that we've made.
You probably have a lot more than I do, but things that you were like, I nailed that.
Okay. If I had to, let's say, name my top whatevers, one of my all-time favorite, so let's just say sweaters, is my Hadley sweater. And you can check on Ravelry. I am Erin Marks on Ravelry. It was knit in, like wool something fibers. And it was off-white, and you have this navy blue and deep red and yellow. It's a design here. It's a turtleneck. There's a design on the sleeve. You are not recalling.
I'm not. I'm trying to remember what the pattern looked like because I knew it had yellow in it. I knew it had white in it. I knew that it had navy in it, but I can't picture the motif.
Oh,
what does it look like?
Did I bring my phone down here? I thought I did, but I can't find it.
Forget it.
I can't.
Okay. I kind of know what you're talking about, but I can't picture it right now.
My Hadley sweater.
Yes.
And my Easy Eyelet sweater knit out of my La Bien Aimée.
Yellow.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yes.
Those are my 2 favorite sweaters. Then I have it's a skull and crossbones cowl. Designed by Muse 2320, Sarah Lawrence. That is a double knit that was not the easiest thing to knit, but I'm super proud of it, and I love that.
Remind me, I have a new technique to talk about.
Okay.
It'll come up when we show the thing.
I knit a doodle cowl that was in the springtime motif. It's got bumblebees on it and flowers. I'm super proud of that. I don't wear it a lot, but funnily enough, it goes a lot with Christmas colors.
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything else that I think is my favorite?
The bonnet. Don't you think the bonnet? That one was.
Yeah, I just knit a bonnet, a newborn baby bonnet, but it's not one of my favorites. It's just it's something I love.
I just think you nailed that though. Like that was.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was a little white bonnet, and then it was called the Beloved Bonnet by Tin Can Knits, and just right here on the side I embroidered purple flowers with little green leaves, just as a little accent for that baby, and it was really adorable.
So cute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Really, really cute.
What are you doing?
I'm getting my phone.
Oh, to show the pictures?
So hopefully I can find my Hadley You want to talk about what we're wearing?
Well, I was gonna say, so this is the Holiday Doodle Cowl, by Jamie Lomax, and so you pick whatever motifs, but then the yarns for it, which is what, it's just the perfect combination of pattern and color, is from Hugh Loco's.
It was
a
like
Christmas
something
one.
Christmas, yeah.
It was like Jingle.
Oh,
It doesn't matter a lot because it's not available right now. So the fact that I don't remember the name, I know it's not Sexy Little Christmas because that's what you got.
I got Modern Christmas. I didn't get Sexy Little Christmas.
It was something like Jingle,
Yeah, it was.
Bumble.
Is this DK?
No, it's fingering weight.
Oh.
Yep. Yes, it is. So
Here's the bonnet.
how do you fix that?
I don't know.
Get it close.
It's a bummer. Here's the bonnet.
It's so perfect. That embroidery that you did on that was the most perfect.
I love
touch.
that. And then,
I think Corinne said that baby's got to grow a little bit before it'll fit. Is that right?
oh, it fits the baby perfect right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe she's grown already.
What?
Maybe she's grown already. I thought that it was
She
a
sent me
little
a picture of the baby in it.
big. Okay, great.
Here's the skull and crossbones one, but the color of it is washing out. But oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's double knit, so it's reversible.
That's cool.
And then, oh, I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
This is called The Nest by Tin Can Knits.
It's a nice picture you took.
Oh, I love that sweater so much. And that is, I can't remember what it's knit out of.
Why
It's
did
knit,
you take that picture?
I don't know. It's knit out of Sestari Traditional.
Mm-hmm.
He's out from out east, and that is the most beautiful yarn ever. It's my favorite of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Hadley? I'm looking for it. I'm getting there, kids. I'm getting there. Oh yeah, what about my Knit Words bag?
Well, you know what? I know. I wondered if you were going to say that one. I'll talk about the weather while you're looking for that. It is December 30th today.
Yeah.
And it's about 43 degrees outside. There it is. Okay. Yeah, now I remember that. Look at your dark hair there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's a long time ago.
Yeah. So it's December 30th. It's about 43 degrees outside, and it's been rainy the last couple of days, so all the snow has disappeared. But it was snowy white for Christmas.
It was, and then it melted the next day and rained.
No, not the next
Oh,
day,
well,
because that's
fine.
when we went skiing. It was the day after.
Okay.
It was perfect.
It's
it was
just-
great.
It's a real, I know, but it's a real bummer that we don't have snow.
I
want snow.
I'm with you. I would take more snow anytime. It's supposed to get colder later this week. It's very foggy out. So I think that's because of the warm air temperatures and the cold ground, or is it vice versa?
I think it's the warm temperatures and the cold ground because we had snow on the ground, so the snow was cold.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's just a lot of moisture in the air.
But not
And,
snow. But not
I mean,
snow
we
because it's
live-
not cold enough to snow.
We live in mid-northern Wisconsin. And, I mean,
Oh, you mean like halfway to the north?
Yeah.
Far west, though. As west as you can
yeah.
get and still be in Wisconsin.
yeah. But my husband and I are retired, and we live here. We don't fly south because we love the winter, and to not have snow and to not have ice on the river is a real downer.
Gabe went ice fishing the other day, though.
Oh.
So there is ice. Actually, my brother-in-law just went ice fishing on, like, right around Christmas Eve on Lake Pepin by Main Rock.
Yeah.
They caught a bunch of walleye, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Is that right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Walleye, crappie, whatever. Yep.
So there is still some ice, but not as much as there had been. It's supposed to get cold later this week, and I read something on my Google feed said that there might be snow coming.
Come on.
So I hope so. I hope
Bring
so.
it. Bring it.
Bring the snow days.
Bring
We
it.
had 0 snow days last school year
Uh-huh.
in Baldwin. I don't know about Ellsworth, but 0. None. Thank
That-
God that the girls' basketball team went to state. That got us 2 days out.
Those school closing scrolls on the bottom of the TV give me so much joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will forever give me joy.
Me too. Me too. Okay.
Okay, so you talked about what you were wearing.
Yeah, so you could talk about yours.
So this is a brand spanking new knit. This is called the Gold Wing. I don't know who the
Jennifer
designer is.
Stein, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. And this is knit out of a Knit Picks Swish, which is a superwash wool. I will never, never say never. I will never knit in superwash again.
Oh.
It's such a disappointment to me. The wool is fine and
For
lovely
a sweater,
and soft.
do you mean? For a sweater
Well,
for yourself?
for sure, I mean a sweater, because this fit me absolutely perfectly before I soaked it and blocked it.
Did you block your swatch?
I sure did.
Yeah, you usually do.
So this grew by inches in the bottom. It grew in length in the sleeve.
That sleeve length seems appropriate to me.
Yeah, it's not. It's this long.
Oh.
So,
It's beautiful.
it really is
She's
pretty.
a beaut, Clark.
She's a beaut. And I love the color work. I think I did a good job on the color work.
You sure did.
I tensioned in both hands.
Yeah, no
and
puckering.
No. And I even blocked this part as I was knitting. So when I got to here, I soaked it and dried it so it would relax as I was knitting the rest of the sweater.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to make sure that the puckering that was right up here would go out of it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I was going to rip back because I didn't want that puckering.
Okay, I'm going to show you a feature that is one of my favorites on this sweater.
Yes.
That little border right there. And then how it feeds into that. That's one of my favorite features of this. Plus,
And then-
I like how the cuff flares out.
And she has you cast off in such a way where it is like a I-cord
Yeah,
bind off something,
very pretty.
and it's really a nice finished edge, and that's just really pretty right there.
That's beautiful.
So I would knit this again in a woolly wool.
I think your color work looks nice though.
Thank you.
One, I also am working on a color work project right now and finished the previous one. So I was watching, I don't remember why, or if it just came up on my feed, but this woman who had a YouTube video, Chloe Knits, have you ever heard of her? CLOKNITS on YouTube. And I didn't get through the whole thing, but she was explaining very clearly lots of different things about color work and how to make it work really well. I've got to finish the video, obviously.
Okay.
But one thing she talked about, and you probably already know this, and everyone out there probably already knows this, but it was an eye-opener for me. It was that when you use not superwash wool, so just wool, it blooms more. So when you're using that for color work, it fills in the color so that the stitches like get closer together and there's not gaps in between them, and it just makes the whole color pattern fuller. And I didn't know that before. But to say this though, this is superwash and it's great color work.
It is great color work.
So, but it's not in a it's a cowl that's shaped this way, so I feel like the weight of it doesn't pull much like a sweater would.
Yeah.
So, but I intend to watch the rest of her video and watch more of her videos. Chloe Knits, because she explained it really, really clearly, I thought.
Okay.
So,
I do enjoy doing color work.
Me too. Me too. Very nice.
So I will wear this a lot just because it's very sweatshirty. But let me tell you, I'm already hot. I'm warm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's wool,
And
you
it's
said?
worsted. Yep. Superwash wool.
Wow. Very nice.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Beautiful color work.
Thank you.
And nice, smooth.
Yeah, I'm super happy. I'm not super happy with it, but I am happy with it.
Good.
And I will wear it.
Good.
So we'll see.
I didn't think it looked too long when I saw you.
Okay. And I just think that this is kind of big. But
It's okay.
you know, you learn. You just
Absolutely.
suck it up, you learn. You learn.
Right.
And it was a lot of work. I'm not ripping it out. It was
No.
just a lot of
It's
work.
beautiful.
What should we do?
So how are we going to sequence this? Do we want FOs first and then whips?
FOs? Sure. You go. I've got a whole bag of
FOs.
tricks. No.
Do you have a bunch of FOs?
I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 FOs.
I only have one.
Okay.
I got a bunch
I'll
of
go
whips.
first.
Okay.
Sarah Shira from Imagine Landscapes every single year does a December gnome mystery knit along. She does other gnomes throughout the year. She's written a book. She's the gnome queen. And she's going to do in 2025, she's going to do the year of 2025 gnomes. So knit a gnome a month, enter for prizes, do it any way you want.
Did she do that in 24 as well?
No, she did it in 2023 though.
Oh.
And I'm going to try and do 2 a month from, I don't know, I think it's the pattern called Never Not Gnoming, so that they're tiny gnomes. And then I'm going to order off of Etsy these little stockings with numbers 1 through 25, and they're going to be Advent gnomes.
Oh, cute.
They're super cute.
So will you do them in Christmas colors?
Nope, I'm just going to do them in I've got a Ziploc bag filled with extra yarn that I pulled out of my stash are all leftovers that kind of go together,
Yeah.
and I'm going to knit out of using that.
What weight?
Fingering.
Okay. So you're not doing your monthly thing then?
Yep.
You're
But
gonna do
I'm
that
going to
as
try and
well.
do 2 a month. I can do 1 a month. It doesn't matter what pattern. It just matters that you do a gnome.
Oh, she doesn't give you a specific gnome pattern each
nope.
month?
Nope. You knit whatever you want, but
Oh.
knit a gnome a month.
And whatever size gnome you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant she was gonna put out a pattern each month
No.
for the gnome. Okay. All right, now it makes sense.
So,
to me.
I bought a kit from one of her. She enlists dyers, and you can buy the kits from the dyers, which I like to do on the mystery gnome. I just don't want to root through my stash on stuff like that because unknowns are hard for me.
Yeah. Yes.
So I ordered the kit where this little thing came with it. It says Nana's Visit 2024, and then a pair of wire-rimmed glasses came with it. And the first thing you do...
Oh, I didn't know there was a whole hat under that.
The first thing you do is you start on the bottom down here, and you start knitting this little design.
You know what I would knit that's like this, but not a gnome? Barbie outfits or Barbie clothes.
Yeah.
Because Ruby would use that.
Yeah. Then you knit, you do the neck, and then you make the hood, and you end up Kitchener right here. And so what you've got is like a little Red Riding Hood cape for Nana.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had to cast on...
And I'm sorry, I know you said this, but this was the colors you just had, or this was a color
Nope.
kit?
a color kit.
It's a beautiful color kit combo.
It's on my Ravelry. I can't remember who the person was that did it, but
It's a great combo.
then you've got you do a hat,
Oh, that's so cute.
and you flip up the little
Brim.
brim, and then you knit the body, and then you stuff the body, and you've got this slip color work here. I didn't do a good job stuffing the best, but I'm happy with it. You knit the little arms,
Mm-hmm.
and you make the little pigtails, and you have a little nose, and you stick on the glasses. And what I love about this gal's patterns is she has so much video support every step of the way, and there's no question about how to do something.
Cool. I was trying to see if that red shifted color. That's a neat pattern there at the bottom.
Yep.
That's fun.
And so then in the December knit along, you get a recipe, and you get stories with photographs. She did such a beautiful job. You get video supports. You get to guess along with the other people what are these pieces going to be?
What was her name again? Sarah?
Sarah Shira.
How do you spell Shira?
Schira.
Okay.
And she's from Imagined Landscapes.
That sounds like a really fun little project.
And I mean, just...
Show that detail on the bottom of this. See that cool colorwork pattern there?
Yeah. And it's
Is
all
that just
slip
a knit, a
stitches, you
pearl,
guys.
and the, I don't know.
It's
That's
slipped,
cool.
and there is a pearl in there to make it just
beautiful.
texturized. So I really do love her.
How long do you think it took you to do that?
It's hard to say because her clues come out little by little.
Mm-hmm. So do you do like 20 minutes a day and you've got the clue done?
Maybe.
They come out every day?
Nope.
Once a week?
Nope. Well, she'll do like maybe once every 3 days, I would say.
Okay. So do you knit like 30 minutes
And
for
by
each
the
email?
time you've reached December 20th, you got a complete gnome.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I really like the base. That's nice to have. It's just a nice little extra so Nana sits flat.
Yeah.
I mean,
if I were doing that, I would for sure get the kit to make it worth it.
you kind of look at her profile like, oh, here she is. Oh, here she is. And then her little pigtails.
So
I mean,
It's so cute.
So there's one of my foes.
Beautiful. Now, if you will just take this and look at that. That's a beautiful Barbie dress.
That is a beautiful.
Right there.
Yes, that is beautiful.
Like that,
Yeah.
I should make that into a Barbie dress somehow. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
Super cool. Okay, you want my one FO?
Yep.
This is one of my home run FOs. This was, I should have brought my phone down.
I've seen this, you guys. This is really great.
I should have brought my phone down for Christmas Eve Mass, but I
It's so
knit
pretty.
this sweater. This is the Holly sweater.
It's prettier in person. Yeah.
I don't remember who it's by. Maybe Petite Knits.
Oh,
I'll look at it on there in a minute. But here it is. I knit this for my daughter Ruby for Christmas. She wore it to Christmas Eve Mass. And it fits her perfectly. Almost a little too perfectly because I wanted it to be a little bit big so that she could wear it again next year. But I think she'll still wear it again next year. And I'm kind of hoping, because this is super wash,
That's really soft.
that it will.
It's
Isn't
so
that
nice.
so
Yeah,
soft?
it's really nice.
It is super wash, so I am hoping for a little bit of stretch. She wears it. But it was,
That's really pretty. So bobbles.
yes. Bobbles
you guys.
and color work. This really nice. I like this neckline. She really likes it. She's like, Mom, I love it because
Is
it's
it folded?
warm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I did this little in
Like
the
a
back
double,
so she knows
yeah.
where the back
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Because half the time Annie's sweater is backwards when she's wearing it. And then just color work. The only piece that I would correct next time, though it really doesn't look too bad, is that I got a little too loose on here. I did not want puckering. I wanted that to lay flat. And so I was definitely between each.
Yeah.
And I think I was doing that, but I was also like knitting, really letting the yarn be kind of loose. So some of these stitches got a little big, but it looks pretty good though. I'm still pretty happy with it, and it doesn't pucker. So I'm pleased as punch. And Ruby loved it, and she wore it. It fits her just right. I love like each part of this, how this kind of pulls it in here, and then it happens again at the hem. It pulls it in here. It's just the perfect, and then it's got the nice sweater here, just like. She could wear it on White Christmas, the movie, with all their perfect costumes.
Good, she don't. Yeah.
Because it just is cozy, and this is like the color of snow, kind
the
of
Pine
like
Tree
blue and
Inn.
white. Yeah. This
Pine Tree, Columbia
Inn, Pine Tree, Vermont.
Yeah.
This is a win. This is
Oh,
and I
that's
finished
such
it
a
before
win.
Christmas.
It's so
that was
nice.
The only downfall is that I don't usually knit things with a deadline, and this did have a deadline. So there were a couple days when I was like really knitting a lot, and I don't know if I love that. But I went back to that Very Pink Knits tutorial to close up the holes by the. Look at that.
Oh, Very Pink Knits who's
That
the
one
pattern?
That's good.
Very Pink Knits. is
No,
the
no. She just has a tutorial about closing
Oh.
up the hole that happens when you separate for sleeves. I will.
Who's the yarn?
Okay. So the green is this green
Yeah.
from Hue Loco. I think it's her spruce colorway
Oh,
with
double.
no, it's got mohair.
Yeah.
So you can't really
I can see the
them.
fuzzy. Yeah, I was gonna say something about that.
There's also mohair
Yeah.
from Darn It Anyway. I don't remember which kind. But the color combo, this colors turned out perfectly too,
Yeah.
which is really nice because I ordered the red online.
Yeah.
And the green.
Does the red
And the blue.
mohair too?
I had the green at home. I ordered and the red has the mohair too. And so I used the red mohair plus a red that I ordered online. Boy, I don't remember, and I left those yarn things at home.
Better save it for the grandkids.
I think that this red was called Ravelry Red with the bobbles, but the colors turned out perfect together. Ruby loves it. The fit was perfect, and it looks good. So this is a home run for me.
Then when Ruby's the youngest of twins, so
Actually, Vinny is younger than her, but
okay. Anyway, she's got twins. They're the youngest.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
And when she grows out of this, you got to save it for the grandkids.
I know. I don't know. I was like, do I pass it on to the nieces
No.
because they would wear it? I don't know if, but this can't be because they've got the mohair in here, so it can't be thrown in the washer and dryer.
Don't give it. Don't.
I'll probably, I don't know. I honestly, I enjoyed it so much. I thought, wow, who can I knit this for next? And I'll knit it out of either the good wool that would fill in everything, or probably more likely, though I don't know. You know the bird sweater that I knit for
Yes.
Vinny,
Which I love.
and I put it on our Christmas card.
I know.
But
I
he
loved it.
loves that. He loves that sweater and wears it all the time, and then it's in the wash all the time. It's actually gone through the washer and the dryer, and it's still fine. It's still perfectly fine. So that's where it's like, you know
see,
what?
I know.
Maybe I should just do acrylic, whatever that Uptown Worsted is that they have
Yeah.
at Darn It Anyway, because that's super soft and it's acrylic. But then when your kid wears it all the time and they throw it in the wash, and then your other kid switches the laundry, which you're grateful for, and they don't pull the sweater out, it's still fine.
It is
still
fine because it
totally
was
fine.
loved so completely and worn.
So I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
There is a place for acrylic wool for kid knits if they're gonna wear it a lot.
Yeah.
We got a Christmas card from one of Jake's coworkers.
Yeah.
They have 4 kids, and it's just these 4 kids on the couch. Merry Christmas! And I saw the sweaters, and I went, Jake, text Steve. Did Anna knit those sweaters? And he texted, and it was not Anna, it was her mom.
Oh.
But I was like, I could tell. They were beautiful sweaters. Beautiful sweaters. 2 for the matching boys, 2 for the matching girls. They had like a really cool little just like Nordic yoke here. And then on the cuff, simple like neutral colors, but then a little bit of a red and yellow. It was beautiful. And I was like, that look, because I looked really closely, and then I could see that like, what was it? Like the cuff on one of the girls' sweaters was not the same length as the cuff on the other girl's sweater. And I was like, I think someone made that. And she did. And so Anna's mom, you're never going to watch this, but kudos to you.
Sure.
Those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. I would ask her for the pattern because they were really cool yarns. I forgot how I got there. Oh, I don't know if she used really good wool or if she used the stuff that's machine washable. But I'm very grateful that I used the machine washable stuff for Vinny's bird sweater. So, there you have it.
Annie also wore a hand knit sweater on the Christmas card.
She did. I think did I show that? I think I showed that on the podcast, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah. That's fun. She wears hers pretty often too. All right. Can I go get my phone because I want to give the name of the pattern designer. I'll be right back.
While she's gone, I'll just talk about a non-knitting FO, which is a little bag that I made. This is called the improvisation bag. If any of you are quilters, I don't think you can find this in print anymore, but try to find the improv bag if you can. You start with a really thick, like not really interfacing, but it's a really thick piece of something to stabilize the entire bag. Then you have your fabric and you sew on one piece of fabric onto your pattern. You've cut this all out. Then you sew this on, and it's quilt as you go kind of thing. And the fabric was given to me by a good friend. Her name is Nicole. And I thought, oh, that's the fabric that I want to use for this improv bag. And so this is a really perfect bag to just put on your arm like this and knit as you're walking around, as I just so often do. Not. But you could. You could.
If I did, it would
Yeah,
be really
and
perfect.
It would hold. This is the biggest one out of the pattern. You get a small size and a big size, and I lined it. And you could stick a cowl's worth of
Yeah.
or beginning sweater in there and just knit if you're just like on the body of your knitting and go.
That looks very profesh.
Thank you. I
Nicely
really like
done.
this bag, and I happen to be a beekeeper, so I do like the bees on this and the gnomes on this. So it worked out really,
I
really
didn't
well.
see gnomes. Hey, I have a non-knitting
Little honey
FO as
gnomes.
well. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a non-knitting
That's
FO.
all I got. I was just biding time.
Well, thank you. Here's my non-knitting FO. I like to make little doll quilts for my nieces. And so I just made this one yesterday using scrap fabric from my mom's scraps.
Yeah.
And then I sew a little matching pillow, but I didn't finish that
Oh,
last night.
cute.
And it just brings me joy every time I do it, whenever
Oh,
I do it
yeah.
for Christmas. So,
Like Barbie.
yeah. And it's kind of a little keepsake. They have my
That's really
sister-in-law. I was like, well, what does Daddy want for her birthday? Well, she's really into dolls, and she doesn't have a doll blanket like you made for the other girls.
Oh,
Okay,
well.
I can do that.
Yep.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. This is fabric that I knit boxers out of in sewed boxers out of in 7th grade. My mom sewed an outfit for me out of this when I was maybe like 6, 7. I think my mom, much like knitters, she's a sewist, but this was cut into a vest. Like, it's all cut out. She has all the pieces cut out, but not put together. So I made them into this. She won't watch this podcast
That's
either.
fun to have memories of the fabrics.
This was Annie's 4-H project that she sewed this past summer.
Yep.
So I just love these simple little
Yeah.
quilts, but they are so neat looking.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to use scrap fabric. You know, like my mom's got some old like polyester kind of ugly fabric that someone gifted to her from like the 70s, 80s, whatever. And I was like, Mom, where's some of that fabric? I can use that for inside this.
Uh-huh.
She was like, no. Don't do that. And I was like, Mom, you're never going to use that fabric. What would you... No, we might use it. It could make a nice skirt. None of
No.
us want to wear a polyester
It's not
skirt.
gonna make a nice
That's
skirt.
not going to happen. No. But anyway, she gave me the good stuff. So there's even real good cotton batting in here too. So,
Wow. My mom always wanted us to make table runners.
oh really?
Yep.
My mom does not do any of that. It's all
Ugh.
apparel. Back to the sweater. It's the Holly Sweater Kids version. There is an adult version, and it's by Knitting for Olive. Not Petite Knits, but Knitting
Oh.
for Olive. So Pernille Larson. Yeah, that was the pattern. Very clearly written, easy to follow, beautiful product. Beautiful.
Okay. I have a faux.
Yeah,
Unless you
good.
wanna-
I don't have any more FOs. This is a nearly FO, but not.
This is my third or fourth.
It's beautiful every
Shift.
time.
It's beautiful every
These are
time.
my favorite colors. I think I said that last time, but I like these even better than your other one that
I
saw.
can't remember what it's even knit out of. Go to my Ravelry page, Erin Marks, all one word. You'll find me. Every single time I make this darn cowl, I get so much joy because you just get to fool around with color.
Yeah. It's so pretty.
Oh,
I have a question.
yeah.
Because I have an aunt who we found
And
out
it
has...
even looks good with this. It's
It does. It looks good all
Yeah.
the time.
good all the time.
I have an aunt who we found out has a terminal diagnosis. So I'm going to knit her prayer shawl. But I was trying to think of what pattern to use.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I have been knitting prayer lap blankets.
Okay.
How about the Sliding is Fun blanket from Darn Knit Anyway?
Okay, maybe.
Do you
Tell
want me to
why.
show you?
No, I know the pattern.
I know, but I'm going to just show you one that I've knit.
Yes.
Just for a,
Show me. Because this aunt, like, she's fashionable. And so I was thinking about knitting a hipster shawl for her.
oh,
Right?
yeah.
Because I'm just going to be praying every stitch for her. And so it doesn't really matter what the shawl is.
No, it doesn't.
And
It
I
doesn't.
thought she might, that hipster shawl would be kind of cool. I think she'd like that. Wow, those are pretty.
So this, I have them all in plastic. I haven't given.
Beautiful color combos.
Yeah. And so this is the first one. So this is called Sliding is Fun, and you can find that at Darn It Anyway, and
Yeah, a little lap blanket.
a little lap blanket, and the colors are really, really pretty. This one
That's beautiful.
is 100% wool. A lady named Mardell died at church several years ago, and she left the church a lot of yarn. And so I thought, well, I would knit some of these things out of Mardell's yarn to then give back to the church.
Yeah.
And so,
And you know what? I do think it's kind of a very neat gift because we, after the fire, someone gave us a like hand knitted throw blanket, sort of shawl, prayer blanket, and it was neat. It means something. That's beautiful. You
And
know
so-
I love those colors.
Yeah. And so doesn't seem very big, and I effed up the color combo, but it still
cares?
doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
who cares? And it does keep a person warm when on a chilly night. You just lay it on your. But this is also a nice.
That's what I was.
a
That's what made
great-
me think
yeah.
of like, oh, should I do this one for her, but what about the hipster shawl too?
Yeah.
Because that could be nice, like a blanket with the X's. With the X's.
Oh yes,
I
yeah. Hokey Locatelli's hipster.
Yeah, and not the cowl, the shawl.
yeah.
Because then it could be like a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
Okay,
This
those
one-
are beautiful.
This
That
one was
one's
knit in 3 colors. It was a white, a tan, and then a brown.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
okay.
yeah.
Now along those same lines.
Yeah.
I made a purchase 2 days ago. I looked at it a month or 2 ago, and I thought, oh, I'd like that, but no, wait. Now this was a month or 2 later, and I saw it again, and it was 25% off
oh,
this
even
time.
better.
And so I went for it,
Yeah.
and it is the Alpenglow blanket from Pearl Soho. It's got 40 different colors, and
Yes.
it's basically a sliding is fun with
Yeah.
their warm and cool colors, and it creates this really pretty sort of sunset combo. And to me, it's kind of a replacement of when I did that one blanket from the Knit Picks. Do you remember that one?
Mhm.
When I did that Knit Picks blanket, that it's like the Hue Shift. That one's called the Hue Shift Afghan from Knit Picks, and it took a long time. And I knit that when the babies were newborns. The twins were newborns, and then we lost that one in the fire. So I kind of feel like this one is a replacement of that, or will be a replacement of that. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, based on what I read on there, that it's basically just the sliding is fun thing. So it'll also be perfect for knitting during track season. Yes, because I don't have to think about that at all. That's just sit and knit as much as you want, and stop and pick it up next time, and you're not thinking about anything, you're just knitting. So yeah, show that picture, because if it turns out like that I'm gonna love it.
It's washing out, you guys, but if I show you kind of to the side.
Isn't that pretty?
Uh-huh.
Yep. So
And what you can't see is the detail of the little bitty lines.
go to the next picture.
Okay.
Oh, why did it do that?
There you can see the lines.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be great. So it's right along. It's the same kind of pattern. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That kind of shows you some detail.
Mhm.
Ah, nice.
So that's what I ordered.
Oh, cool.
It's from Pearl Soho. I feel
Yeah.
to me Pearl Soho things always seem like a little expensive, but they look nice. So I think it'll turn out well.
Pearl Soho is always classic,
Yeah.
timeless, beautiful colors, beautiful patterns.
Yeah.
And not difficult, really.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not.
No, not.
Okay, I've got a number of whips. How many do you have?
1, 2.
Okay.
And some other like yarn to show, and some other things that I purchased.
I'll start with the whips then.
All right.
Here's a whip that's almost an FO and could have been an FO. And
I
this
love
is the
the
one I
color.
talked about before, where I was like, dang it, I'm going to have 2 winners in a row. And then I got 60% of the way and was like, no, this is not a winner. Here it is. Oh, look how well that shows up on there.
Why is this not a winner?
Okay, because it's too big. Do you see this? Technically,
I
it's
don't-
supposed to be out of like fingering, maybe DK. And I was like, I always knit things too loosely, so I'm going to use the fingering size needle, but I'm going to use this yarn that I already have. And then when I saw that color changing, this is Mad Hatter,
It's really pretty.
Alice in Wonderland. I've used this. This is maybe the third or fourth project, and every time I've loved it more
Yeah.
than I think I would. When I look at that, I think, oh,
Is this a hat?
yes, it's a hat for my sister.
Okay.
And then look at wait, look at. So I had that, and then I paired it with. It was rolling around because I had a bunch of different yarns on the. Put that with navy.
So
Look
good.
how perfect that
I
is.
know.
What navy and
Yeah.
color change? That's
Oh.
my MO. I love
Yeah.
that. And so I thought this is perfect, but this is a worsted weight, and this is fingering weight or DK. And I thought, oh, I can't do that.
It's gonna be slouchy. It's
Okay.
still cute.
You know what? That does work.
It's so
Okay.
adorable.
But then, Erin, I also had hot pink
Oh.
mohair to add with it. And then this is why I was like, this is a winner. Look at this.
Oh.
It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
But it is, okay, here's the thing. But you know what? This makes it look a lot better than it does in
Mhm.
person, IMO.
It's really good.
Because,
And it's squishy and little.
okay, that's, right? Because the pattern calls for just a 4-inch brim that you can fold over. And we've talked about this before. I will never knit a fold over brim for someone who lives in Wisconsin. I will only do double brims because it just feels better. I hate,
feels so much better.
hate
Yes.
a hat that's loose around my ears.
Yep.
That's the coldest part of my
100%.
entire head.
Percent.
I don't want just a little 2
100%.
layers of fingering weight that are gonna slip around and slide up. Never. So I did a double brim on here, but this is like a worsted weight. I think this is another one. I don't know. Whatever. So then I put 2 strands of
Of course you did,
mohair
yeah.
with the.
Oh,
To
jeez.
check. But damn it, that looks
I mean,
really
it looks
good on
really
here.
good.
This is for
Yeah.
my sister who is a cat lover,
Yeah.
has been her entire life. This is, okay, so the error, number 1, was that it's pretty loose. It's kind of loose. So it is going to be slouchy. But you know what? You made that slouchy
still
look
cute,
good.
yeah.
And Kylie will make the slouchy look good for
Yeah.
sure. And then, so then I thought this is too big. But now we're saying it's slouchy and that works. The second error that made me like, oh, shoot, is that when you're close up to this in real life, it does not look as crisp as it does on the screen there because the mohair, again, with color work, the mohair kind of muffles
Yeah.
the sharp lines. So it does not look sharp
No,
like it does there
it doesn't.
in person.
Yeah, right.
But I guess it'll take great pictures then because it looks really good on that screen.
Mhm.
So those are my 2 mess ups with this hat, but that looks really good
Yeah.
in camera. So
Sure does.
this pattern is, oh, and then I'll talk about the new technique, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, okay.
This is called Cat Hat by like Brianna Arlene. Yeah, Brianna Arlene. Briana Arlene. And so she wrote the pattern very beautifully. It works out just fine, except that I did change the double brim, but that's because I live in Wisconsin and I want my ears and all of my loved ones' ears to be fully covered.
They thank you.
Now, here's another fun part about this is that, see, this is Colorworks, and then some of these are like 14 stitch. So you got floats, that's long floats. Guess what she taught me? Ladderback jacquard. Have you ever done
Oh,
that?
I've heard of that.
So easy. It's like double knitting. It's like 1 row of double knitting in the middle of your, so look at this on the inside. That right there, that line right there is the ladderback jacquard. So see how it's in the middle of that cat? So this
I
is
sure do.
14 stitches.
Yeah.
In the middle, every round, you create a stitch that sits on the back behind all your regular stitches. And then it just, look at that beautiful tensioning. I didn't have to wrap a damn thing in this entire hat.
That's cool.
That I loved.
Ladderback jacquard.
It was so easy. The tutorial she gave was from Knit Darling. I didn't have to wrap anything. There was no untwisting yarn in this whole hat. You know, like when you do the, and I know you're supposed to do back and forth, but whatever. That was in that holly sweater. At one point, I was doing 3 different colors, and that was, I really had to slow down because it was, plus they were being held double, that mohair and the green and the mohair and the red. So it was like 5 different
Yeah.
things. And oh God, that was a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
This was not a headache at all. And it's because of this ladderback jacquard technique that she has you do which is brilliant. And I prefer it over, if I could do that instead of wrapping stitches, I would. I would. But you only do it in one spot, like one line. So this is the cat hat by Brianna Arlene, and I'm knitting it for my sister, but I stopped because I thought this is going to be too big. So then I didn't persevere and finish it in time for Christmas because I thought I wanted her to try it on. But she tried it on, and she said, no, it's not too big. Plus, she can wear it over her when she puts her hair up. But also, you just wore it slouchy, and she can wear it slouchy too.
Slouchy is cute.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of slouchy hats, but this would be really cute. And if you knit this in either a DK or a fingering
Yeah.
for a cowl,
Even
if
I
it's
can
going
make a magic
sideways,
set for her.
it would be super cute if you just even
I could
did
do
it.
that'd be so easy to do as
Yeah.
a cowl, not
Mhm.
sideways.
Yeah.
I'd just do double this,
Yeah. Oh.
and then
Yeah.
just go because it feeds into itself. The cats feed on top of each other.
Yeah.
I don't have enough of this yarn. I'll have to do it in a different color. But who
Yeah.
cares? She
Who
likes
cares?
mixing colors.
I love the color so much. I'm going to have a hot pink sweater at some point in my life.
Because did I show that hot pink simple little hat that I knit
Mhm.
again with the
You
same
did.
hot pink with
Yeah.
the. It's so awesome. I just love hot pink mohair to have hanging around, and I love how this looks way better on screen than in person.
Me too. it is a pow on screen.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. Cat hat. So
Cat hat.
that's my nearly FO, but not.
Okay.
It's a whip.
So, this is a Jamie Lomax
Yeah.
Pacific
Knit Co.
Knit Co. pattern. This is Jamie's book, Doodle Knit Directory. And you guys, you not only get some patterns in this book, but you're taught how to do mittens. You're taught how to do socks. You are taught how to modify things, how to pick colors. It's just a visual delight
Yeah.
as far as colors. You're taught how to find dark, medium, and light contrast colors.
Did you read? You must have read it then.
Yes, I have
didn't
read
mine
this.
yet.
Um,
That's the best part. I mean, don't show them the pattern
I know,
part,
I know.
but she gives you an entire index
Yeah.
of how many? I don't even know.
Oh,
Over 100.
yeah. You've got some basic.
How many?
200. Oh yeah.
Like color work patterns. that
You
can
got
do
some
with the
basic
doodles.
motifs. You've got some spring, summer, winter, and fall motifs. You've got some holiday motifs. You've got some things like
thematic
Halloween,
theme ones, like
thematic things.
underwater animals. Yeah. It's
It's really
I ordered
nice.
this too. I think autographed.
Yeah. Oh, I got mine autographed.
Where's your? Did you get the bag?
I got the bag.
The bag.
So, because I have this book, now I want to get the gnome book. I didn't buy the gnome book. I want the gnome book by
Who's
Sarah
that
Shira.
from? I know nothing about
Sarah
that.
Shira.
Look at these. She just gives so many ideas and examples. Look at all those
In
different.
modifications, it's so good.
And everything you need to do that is in this book.
Mhm.
All 6 of those socks.
Yeah.
Everything you need to do that is in this book. That's just socks.
So before I bought the book, I bought several doodle decks.
Yes.
And when I was at Zombie Knitpocalypse,
So this again, this is still socks, but look at 6 different socks. It's so. Oh, whoa.
when I was at
whoa,
Zombie
that's
Knitpocalypse,
nice.
the Jamie Lomax Yarnaceous Fibers, they have a very symbiotic relationship. Yarnaceous Fibers do a lot of dyeing for Pacific Knit Co. And they showed us to buy a little card collection case that you have little blank
That's cute.
pages,
I didn't know you
and
had
then
that.
you can stick your little cards. No, I don't know how to show you guys this without actually showing you cutout patterns that she's designed.
Just cover a part of it with your fingers.
Cover a part of it with my fingers. Okay. Kind of like this. And so all of my cards, are in here. So I can pull out the cards. So this was just a really cool tip. And I bought this little case off of Amazon and yeah.
Clever.
So
Because you also got a few little cards when you bought this.
I got a few little cards when I bought that. And then, so when I was at Zombie...
Wait. Where's the bag that goes with this?
I don't know. It's not in here.
I should have brought mine.
It's up there.
There was something else. Oh, some stickers.
Yep.
But this was very cool. I even bought
It's
this.
super great.
And I don't buy a lot of stuff.
So then I decided I was going to knit a Rhinebeck or a knitting themed Jamie Lomax cowl. And so I started. I have,
Because one of the cards that they gave was a sweater. A knitted sweater.
this is my main color or my whatever. And then these are my contrast colors, which are, I think I showed it. No, maybe I didn't because I got it at, well, anyway. This is from Sister Weekend Yarn Company in the colorways combination Daisy Jones and the Six, which is a show off of Amazon. And I started knitting the cowl. Okay. I started knitting this
I like that.
5 months ago.
Do you not like it?
No,
No, you don't like it?
I don't like it.
What don't you like about that? I really like this motif that you did there. That one.
Light one?
Yes.
Well, this, just pull this down with your little fingers here. This is the scarf. Oh, see, it looks better on camera. This is the scarf motif.
Is this the seam? That right there?
No.
No, that's the end, the little tails of the scarf. Got it. Okay.
And then I added this motif and this, and then I'm going to keep going with, I think I have some sheep, and I have a sweater, and I have little word blurbs like this, and I have little cups of coffee, and it's supposed to be for sweater camp. And what happened was, after this maroon motif, I started with a sweater motif.
Uh-huh.
And the light color was the background, and then I had a color that outlined the sweater, and then I decided on a third color that was going to go inside the outline,
Yeah.
and it was turning into a cluster, like
Because of the
literally.
3 yarns? Yes, this is what I'm talking about with that holly sweater. Like,
So I ripped that completely back to this maroon color, and each motif now will be one color.
two.
I'm not,
Fair
or
enough.
2 colors, yep. Except for this one, because I didn't have to, the purple, it was either purple and white, green and white, or purple and white again. So I only want to manipulate 2 colors at a time.
That was something that Clo Knits talked about, is that Fair Isle, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the definition, it was only 2 colors at a time for your color work always, but they change quickly from row to row.
Yeah.
And it's never more than like 4 or 5 stitches before you're swapping colors as well. So
You can, here's just a quick show of what's coming next.
So you do like it. You just didn't like that sweater
I
one.
just got to keep going.
I like how you cut those in.
We were taught at Zombie Knitpocalypse to
Did you make a copy of it?
they gave us copies of all sorts of these things, and
Oh.
they let us tape
Oh, cool.
it all together. And so I thought, all right, I'm gonna tape my sweater camp cowl together, and that's what this is. And I'm now gonna put the pedal to the metal and see if I can't get this done before January 31st, and I think I can.
You're gonna have to put the pedal to the metal, but you can't. I believe it because
I
you've
can do
been the pedal to the metaling on this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you my cowl that got not even as far as you got on that one, and I'm not going any further on it. I've had that really pretty Leo and Roxy
Yeah.
green multicolor DK 2 skeins for 3 years now. No, yeah. almost 4 years actually, because
Okay.
I ordered it like right after the fire, so it came in the mail when like the house was anyway. And I've been trying to figure out how to use it. So then I thought, ooh, I found, so like here it is. This is the Leo and Roxy yarn that I'm still love, and I bought 4 years ago, and I've been trying to figure out how to use 2 skeins of this DK yarn. And then I found this, which I think is the perfect complement to it.
Which it is.
Darn it, anyway, it
Yeah.
looks it's a little washed out here, but this is, I think,
Pretty
Fiber
bright.
MacGyver.
It's like a close to lemon.
Yeah, it's a highlighter yellow.
Yeah, highlighter yellow. Yeah.
Fiber MacGyver,
Oh yeah, Fiber MacGyver.
color lemon.
Don't even put it back in now
Why not?
because you're gonna fuck it
Okay. Then I thought,
I'll hold.
okay, look at those two look good. What if I did Andrea Mallory's Mad Plaid cowl with that? That looks pretty cool, right? That would look cool. Okay, you need a mohair for that. All right, well, here's my mohair. I found that.
up. Okay.
This looks beautiful.
Yep.
So let's do it. Let's go. I don't like it.
It's not enough contrast.
It's not enough contrast, and then this is starting to look like snake skin to me. I hate that. I don't like that at all.
Oh.
Because you do, in this Mad Plaid cowl, it's a slip stitch sort of style. So it's got yellow on every 2 rows, but then it switches 2 rows of this. Can you hold that up so they can see it?
Sure.
2 rows of this, alternating with yellow, then 2 rows of this, alternating with yellow. And then it just was not enough, and it just started looking too much like snake scales to me. I hate it. I absolutely hate this. This looks nice, but this does not, to me, look nice. So I stopped right there. What is that, 1.5 inches? And I said, no more. No more.
Are you going to rip it out?
Well, absolutely. I'm going to rip it out because I love all these things. I really love these two together, but
Here.
that is just not the right combo. It's not the right pattern. I'm not going to do anymore. I left it only for
I
the
see
podcast.
it is coming out now, but
Yeah.
well, again, everything on this video is looking better at a distance.
Yeah. But
I
it's-
think it looks really cool, but I do see what you mean by snake skin.
Yeah, I hate
But
it.
I didn't think snake skin. I thought 1960s mid-century modern.
That would be good. I don't
That's
like
what it looks like to me, but okay.
No, I only cut this together to show it on the
Yeah.
podcast. So there it is, bad. That's gonna come back, and I hope I get some other really brilliant idea for what to do with these. I'd have to take a grayscale picture because I wonder if those would be too similar to do any sort of color work with.
Oof, yeah, I think so.
Probably.
I think they're very similar.
So I am still left pondering what to do with this beautiful yarn. That's okay.
I guess.
All right, that was one of my whips. Oh, what's that?
Okay. So once upon a time, I knit a skull and crossbones triangular shaped
Mm-hmm.
cowl from Muse 2320 fiber. And it was in a charcoal gray was one color, contrasted with a speckled yarn.
Oh, that's what this is.
Yep.
Okay.
Contrasted with a speckled yarn called Siren, both in double K, or both in DK weight yarn.
Mm-hmm.
That Siren colorway I loved so much. I got in touch with Sarah Lawrence, who is the color dyer and owner of Muse Fiber 2320. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway.
Close
And
enough.
I got her to dye me 10 skeins of this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I went to Hastings, Minnesota, and I picked it up. And here are 2 balls of this. And you kind of get the idea that it's pinkish, peachish, purplish, yellow, poison green.
Mm-hmm.
There's
It's a
this-
neat color.
It's a really, really cool color. And you see 2 balls here because I am doing helical knitting
Oh yeah.
on this sweater.
Yes.
The sweater I chose to knit out of this yarn is Andrea Mowry's DK
Everyday
Uh,
DK.
DRK Everyday.
Yeah.
And it's a yoked sweater top down yoke sweater. Put the sleeves on hold. Keep going.
You use washi tape to mark where you're at.
I do.
That's way cuter than the highlighter tape.
Yeah.
I didn't ever think of that.
Washi tape, highlighter tape you can peel off too.
Yeah.
So I started knitting this. I have just split for the sleeves.
What about the pattern? Because I've been thinking about that pattern for a while. Do you like it?
I like the pattern. Mhm.
Okay.
Andrea Mowry has not ever written a bad pattern in what I've ever seen.
Same here.
She provides technical support, video support. They're beautifully written patterns. And so here is the sweater. And I'm just not sure that I like it. I just think it looks a little hokey. I don't know other.
I
Come
like
on.
that. I'll be honest. I like that yarn. I don't know if I like that much of it uninterrupted.
I don't either.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. I don't know. Do I want to keep going
I know.
and knit this entire sweater only to find I don't like this entire sweater?
It's so hard to say because part of you is like, no way, if I don't like this much of it, why would I like double or triple of that?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's another part of me that says, maybe once you get it done, it's like, yes.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what to tell you.
I have been known to rip out an entire sweater because I haven't liked it.
Well, and you would for
And
this.
I would for
mean, this
this.
is not like a maybe quiet sweater. Like, you have to really like that when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's never going to be worn. I do think it's very cool yarn.
The vibrancy of this colorway is not showing up in the video.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Um,
it looks almost earth tony here, and it's not. It's more highlighter,
Yeah.
fluorescent, which is part of what I
And-
like about it. Plus,
yeah.
I like the purple in there.
Yeah, me too.
It's
I-
very cool yarn.
And as I'm knitting it, I love every stitch because every stitch is a different
Yes.
color, and it's so,
I love yarn like that.
so pretty.
I don't know.
I know,
Because
right?
I think, oh, just keep going. Just do the whole thing. But then I do see it and I think, oh, that's a lot of that. I'll be honest, I don't know.
I know. So I don't know what to do, you guys.
Chime in the comments.
No, chime in the comments.
We'll read all 3 of them.
Yep. And I mean, I have 10.
I know, it's a
I
lot.
bought. She died. I asked for 9. She died 10, and she gave me you get like 10% off if you buy this much, or would you do something?
Yeah.
So I said I'll take 10 of them because, I mean, I'll even use one of these skeins to do a doodle cowl.
Yeah.
Just this and in a contrast color, I would be very happy with that. So, I don't.
I'd like a hat out of that.
Yeah.
Mitts.
Yeah.
Cowl.
Yeah.
I
So-
think again,
What?
as I say it, but I think do it. Go for the whole sweater.
Because I intended to do it.
And what else
right?
are you
Yeah.
gonna do with it? Go
I
for
know,
the whole
I know.
sweater. And
Go-
then
I
if you
know.
don't, I mean, just be listening to a good book. And then the time is not lost if you
I know.
decide to rip the
I
whole
know.
thing out.
I know.
So,
Do you have anything
oh
more?
yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
I
I
have
just
one more
thought I
thing.
could maybe untangle all this, but that's not
Okay.
as simple as I thought. Okay. Let's give an update on Carissa's crochet project,
Yeah, let's.
right?
This should be.
I freaked out and thought I wasn't going to have enough purple. So I ordered 2 more purple skeins, which I will not need at all. Like, I could have just trusted the pattern, but I was worried. So I will tell you that I have been trying to be more disciplined about this so that it turns out well. I blocked every single granny
Oh.
square that I crocheted. Every single square. That was a lot of pins. It was a fair amount of time.
It looks really nice though. the
They do
blocked.
look really
Yeah.
nice when they're blocked.
Blocking is worth it, you guys. Blocking and swatching. Do it.
Yeah. So they look very neat, okay? Now I'm starting to put them together.
That's a cute bag.
This is right. I know. This is the one I like that they
Damn
had
it.
in the It's a very functional bag too.
Yeah.
It works really well. I love it in the forest green that they just did, but I don't need two of them. Okay, now here we go. Starting to put it together with the navy. This is where I don't know. Now this is starting to look like a throw blanket, and I have questions about it. But
It looks like a throw blanket on the video, but
I'm too far in to not keep going, and I will keep going. But I had to stop this to get the Christmas sweater done on time.
Yeah.
So this is the. Here, turn it this way. This is the bottom of the cardigan. There will be a navy ribbing on the bottom of this. And then this is the whole thing. And then this is the start of the sleeves. Whatever. Okay. So here's where I'm at. I would say maybe
it's a
two-thirds.
Rubik's Cube, people.
I'm 2/3 of the way through. This is the sleeve right here. See how it changes there?
Yeah.
So this is the bottom. This is the sleeve somehow. This is the bottom of the sleeve. There we go. Here, this is the right side. So it'll go, these are diagonal, so it'll go like this. Whatever. You can see the state that it's in. Here we go. I'm not sure that I like this because the navy seems to be too abrasive to me, framing all of this and whatever. But I'm too far to go back. So I'm going to keep going with it. I'm also not sure. I did swatch with the crochet hook, and I did block these suckers to match the size, and I measured myself and I chose the correct size. I'm concerned it might be too small still.
You know, that is... Ugh.
But I'm sure that's me. I'm sure it's not the pattern. I'm sure it's something I did. But again, if it doesn't work out for my size, I will just give it to my sister. She's very knitworthy. So...
It's very hipster.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to love it or if I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I just put in like hundreds of dollars and so many hours, and I don't ever want to wear that. I'm not sure.
You know,
but it's learning.
Stories like this and stories like mine regarding the sweater I just showed, just know you're not alone. When you have a sweater that doesn't fit, when you buy yarn you love and you don't like the way it's knitting up, you're not alone. That every creative person goes through this kind of thing.
I certainly do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fun putting them together.
I think it's going to
like
look
this
really
navy
nice.
roll.
I like the navy. There's nothing wrong with that navy.
You were kind of quiet when I showed you this last time, so in my head I was like, I don't think Erin likes it either, but she's not going to say that to me. It's okay. You don't have to say it on the podcast.
Whatever she just said there, you didn't hear her, but it's not true. And I like it. I think you're going to like it, and I think it's going to look good on you.
We'll see. That's not bad. It might be very cute. We'll see. We shall see.
And here we go.
There, now you can kind of see. That's the front bodice.
I knit myself a hat to match.
That's not. Also, I
crochet myself a hat to match.
I will say that and maybe it's because of my inexperience with crochet, but I do prefer knitting over crochet. Maybe it's because this is my first crochet project, but
it would be, if I knew how to crochet better, you get a lot more opportunity for different things with knitting, and you use less yarn with knitting.
Really? Mm-hmm. How do you know that? Look at all those wrinkles.
Because people have told me that.
You say you get more opportunity with knitting?
There's way more patterns of knitting than there is on crochet.
I believe that.
And you use less yarn with knitting than you do with crochet.
That surprises me.
It doesn't surprise me.
Because you can, I believe, in my experience, and I've thought people have said this, that crochet, you can make a much bigger fabric much quicker than you do with knitting.
It goes faster.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily use less yarn. You use more yarn.
I guess it's bulkier than knitting.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Sense.
Now, I am going to show a pattern.
Okay, I still have one more whip.
Do it. If you want to.
Well, what is this? Is this a whip for you?
This is yarn and a pattern that I want to make
Go for it.
by Samantha Gurin.
Mine's basically the same. Go for
And
it.
it's called the Grid Gambit. It's a brand new pattern. And don't let her beauty distract you from the pattern because she is a beautiful woman. But this is called the Grid Gambit. And I believe it's knit flat with some slip stitches. And it is, I'm guessing that it's assembled much the same way as the shift cowl seamed kind of in the back.
Okay.
Knit kind of on the diagonal or whatever.
Is it the shape? The same shape?
Yeah, it's I think it's a bandana shaped cowl type thing.
Okay.
And so when I was at Darn Knit Anyway, our favorite local yarn store in Stillwater, Minnesota, I always
Repeat
do
that. Darn it anyway.
Darn Knit Anyway.
Were you gonna say Stillwater, Wisconsin?
Yeah. This is the yarn store, Darn Knit Anyway in Stillwater, Minnesota. Oh, here's the address and the phone number, kids, if you need it.
Yeah.
Give you a little second. Yep.
Hey Amy. Hey Carly. As if.
I'll see you at Sweater Camp in a month.
It is the best yarn store we have ever been to, and we've intentionally sought out other yarn stores, not to replace them, but just to compare, and there's no comparison.
It's the best.
You showed me this. I like those colors together very much.
I am so in love with these colors. That this is a very icy gray, bluish gray. There's a little blue hint, but you've got the warm and the ice, and then these, and there are 3 skeins of this and 1 of this, and it's going to be the Grid Gambit by Samantha Gurin. Gurin. And she's a beautiful designer, and I cannot wait to dig this out and to get knitting on that. But I'm going to do my Sweater Camp cowl first.
Yeah, you gotta do that first. I am looking for the pattern. Oh, it must be a free pattern. Okay. I have one more whip that I did the swatch for. But then had to focus on that other one, so I haven't made any more progress on it. This is the Edgar Slipover by, come on, I don't know, I have it all printed out. It's probably in my files here. Sorry for this. There it is. Edgar Slipover by Colibri by Johanna. I don't know. Apparently it's a hobby design. I'm not sure. I just found the pattern on Ravelry and I really liked it. And so, again, there's what it looks like. Now,
look at the detail on the side. Yep.
That I think is going to be pretty cool. One question I have is that the pictures on the pattern look like this is someone who's wearing it as a maternity vest, which I wonder what the shaping and sizing looks like on someone who does not have a pregnant belly. But I guess we'll find out.
That's odd. Did you look it up on Ravelry?
You know, I was just wondering, did I do that? I don't know. I should have if I didn't. But anyway, so I got the yarn, which, by the way, I found this. I'm not going to buy anything with it. If you want it, you can have it by tomorrow.
It's $10, Carissa.
I know. Okay, here is my gauge swatch. So it's proof. I did gauge swatch. This color, I think, is perfect.
That's pretty.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
It's a mohair and... I don't know. This is La Bien Amaze color...
I was with you when you picked that out.
Caramel. And it is a merino DK. And then you hold it with mohair.
Oh, here it is.
And you just knit like you love it. Because I do. Now we can talk a little bit about gauge. Because I like that fabric right there.
Yeah.
Right there. But it's not to gauge. But I would want to knit. I don't want it to be any... I think I had more stitches than what the gauge called for in here. So it was supposed to be maybe like 16 and I had 19 or something like that. I would not want only 16 stitches. Will you look at this for a second? I would not want 16 stitches per inch here or per 4 inches here.
No.
Because that's going to like stretch it out more. Not stretch it out more, but just be looser. I don't really want that. I want that to be firm. So then I'm thinking I need to find on the pattern. This is probably like the tightest spot, right?
Yeah.
Measure that. Figure out which one is going to has 19 stitches per inch. Which one is going to give me the right... And then just follow that number throughout.
Yeah.
That's my plan because I want to use these yarns with this needle to make this fabric. I'm not going to shift my needle size to get a different gauge.
Okay. Then you got to do the math.
Do you think, I don't think I should change gauge. Do you think I should change gauge? Change needle size?
Okay, what you have is 16 and they want 19?
No, vice versa. I think I
What
have...
you have is 19 and they want 16?
Right. Did you see I did use
You
Patty?
don't want any bigger than what
Exactly.
you got.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Good gravy.
Okay, so you agree with me.
Yes.
Did you see I used the Patty Lyons method
Yes, I
for
did.
doing my gauge swatch so I don't have all those loops in the back? I just pulled whatever it is, 4 or 5 lengths, and then knit that.
I think that's
extra.
a great way to do it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win, just like the
For sure.
ladderback jacquard method.
Gauge is 14 stitches and 24 rows.
I don't know. I wrote it down on the pattern that I have at home.
Just saying.
Well, so then if this is tighter than what they suggest, right? 14 stitches. Mine is like 19 or 16. I don't want this to be bigger. I don't want 14 stitches.
No.
So I'm going to have to put more stitches than what they call for. So I got to figure out.
I don't like doing math.
That's what I'm going to do though, because this is the fabric that I want.
Yeah.
I believe I have enough yarn to do that. We'll find out. There. Do you ever like look at your needle case and think, where the heck are all these needles? And
Yes.
then you go podcast with your friend and you realize you have 4 or 5 FOs, whips, and they're in all your bags, plus your daughter's bag because she's also knitting and you just gave her one of yours.
Oh.
So it's encouraging because I thought I had lost all these needles and then I realized, no, you have them on something. You have them on something. Okay.
What do you think these two little things are right
Apples.
here, babe? I know, but what are these items right
baby
here?
mitts.
Baby mitts, yeah. That's so cute.
It's adorable. Okay, do you have more?
No.
Okay, I do. I have 2 more things. I feel like we feature my sister without featuring my sister in just about every podcast.
Yeah.
And we will do it again today because guess what she got me for Christmas?
Okay, here we go.
More Spin Cycle
I
yarn.
hate you.
This is from my sister and my brother and
Oh.
sister-in-law. But they gave me 3 skeins. Look how pretty those are. Usually, she was like, you need to tell me when you want like 3 of the same color. Otherwise, I just keep picking the ones that I think look cool and maybe would work together. And to be honest, I just like seeing them all. So this one is Dirty Little Secret.
Oh,
Super pretty orange, pinks, and browns.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one
Yeah.
of this year.
me too.
Love that.
Yep.
Okay, next one is, Dark Matter. Okay, this reminds me a little bit of Minnesota Vikings, which
Yeah.
I don't like Vikings, but I like this color. And the Vikings beat the Packers yesterday. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, you know what? The Vikings are playing really well
It
right
was
now.
super close. It was
Good.
good.
Close. The Packers are decent, but they're not good. And the Vikings are kind of good this year. But you know what? I'm okay with them. I'm okay with them being good because, Erin, we know what the Vikings are going to do.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They always, and it is
No.
so... Sorry, Vikings fans, because it is so fun to watch. So I just like the build-up. Go ahead. Get all the way. Get almost all the way to the Super Bowl because I believe you will not let me down. Oh. But they thoroughly beat the Packers yesterday. So
No,
they are.
I'm gonna take a turn at
They're
this.
better than the Packers this year. There's no question.
That makes everything she just said makes me a little sad, because I mean,
Why?
because if the Packers can't go, I want the Vikings to go, and I want them to win. Yep,
Never.
I do. So,
Never. We've talked about this before, but I get almost as much joy out of watching the Vikings lose as I do watching the Packers win. You know, some people talk about the Packers and the Bears. I don't care. I don't care
The
about
Bears.
the Bears one tiny bit.
No,
Bears,
neither.
Bears who? What?
Yep, Bear
I don't.
what, yep.
Whatever. But Packers and Vikings, lifelong, because we live right on the border of
we do.
Minnesota and Wisconsin, and those Vikings fans just get so pumped up. They are the best, and
They're going to the Super Bowl.
they're going to the Super Bowl
Biggest comeback in NFL history.
all the
We're
time,
not-
every
Oh,
year, every season,
year.
but they're good this year. I'll admit that
Yes.
they're good. I
Okay,
think they're
that's
still
enough
going to do the
football.
regular, yeah. But look at this
Moving
is
on.
pretty. Look at that dark
Uh-huh.
matter. Anyway, that's how we got there. Was that this is kind of pink or yellow and purple as Vikings. This is better than Vikings, so look at that. Okay,
This is called Wololo.
yeah. What does that stand for? I was trying to figure that out. Can you look that up? Because I was like, I'm not hip, but I don't know. I know fear of missing out, FOMO,
Yeah.
and you only live once, YOLO. But what's Wololo? I don't know. But that's a pretty colorway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I like that red right there in the middle. So these were the beautiful yarns that my sister and brother and sister-in-law got for me for Christmas.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Super pretty.
Yeah.
Then I did something else that's uncharacteristic because, like you mentioned previously in the podcast, I
Yeah.
don't really like yarn surprises. I don't have like loads of extra money
don't
to just
either.
like throw $45 toward a skein that I may like or I may not like. And I don't like having a lot of stuff. I don't like having a lot of yarn. I feel desire to use it up. And
Yep.
so I don't want yarn around that I don't like. I don't want it. Because then what am I going to do with it? Plus, I wasted my hard-earned money on it. However, Woolberry Fiber Company did a Naughty Nice List sock set, and she showed the color wheel. That was a beautiful color wheel. I should have pulled it up.
Wololo
Yeah.
is the battle cry of the priest unit featured in the 1997 historical real-time strategy game Age of Empires.
Well, what does it mean?
It's a battle cry.
Yeah, for what though? Like just
It doesn't mean anything. It's a battle cry. It's
But-
like ay 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 ay. I don't know. It's
Really?
a battle. It's a battle
whoa,
cry.
whoa, 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 whoa. Like that? Hit that. Whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
hit it.
thing. I want him.
Which semantically makes sense because a priest wants him to join his side.
I don't know. Whatever.
Phew.
God bless you. So, bless you again. So I actually did sign up for the Woolberry Fiber Co. Naughty or Nice List sock set mystery. You didn't know which you were going to get. You didn't know if you were going to be on the naughty list or on the nice
Yeah,
list.
okay,
But I
yeah.
liked every color in that wheel of greens and reds that she showed. And except that I thought I got a little worried, like, oh no, what if I get like the lime green and like the Grinch red? I don't really want that. So I was a little worried because that was in the color wheel. I did not get that. Which list do you think I was on?
Naughty.
Do you really think that?
I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
I
no.
have a 50-50 chance.
I was on the nice
Yes,
list.
oh.
I mean, I knew I'd be on the nice list. And here's what it is. It looks lighter. It's a very pale
That's pretty,
blush.
yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm pleased with this. I'm happy with that little roll of the dice.
Yeah.
To see. Plus Woolberry, she does beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
She has really beautiful yarn all the time. So here's the sock set. I'm thinking, you remember, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if I said this to you, but I don't think I really, well yeah, we've talked about this. I don't love knitting socks. I don't really think I need wool socks because I don't wear them very much because they're slippery on the floor. However, there were 2 times during this winter break that I was like, Carl, I wish I had some wool socks to put on. And my 2 pair I had already worn. Because we went snow tubing one day and we went skiing another day. And I had worn them under my boots or skis or whatever, and they were in the wash. And I thought, you know what? I guess I do need one more pair of wool socks.
Yeah.
Plus, wouldn't this be a fun stripe if it was mostly pink with like a red stripe every like inch or so,
Yeah.
all the way down? Do you know of a sock pattern that does that?
No. Just knit a generic sock and do it.
Yeah, I think I will. Maybe with white heel, cuff, and toe.
Yeah.
And then I can wear it for Valentine's Day too, because I don't have any Valentine's fun socks. I
do.
also don't have any fun Christmas socks.
Okay. I wear my knit socks inside of hiking boots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So this was good. This was a win. Out of 5 stars, I'd say 4 because I'm not in love with this color, but I do like them.
I do like it.
That's a good combo.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been on Instagram since November. I'm curious about what other colors people got in their Naughty Nice sock sets.
Is that how you found out about this on Instagram?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Instagram yarn does not grab me, ever.
Well, but the dyers and when they share about their process and stuff.
I don't go on it enough to care.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. My life has been better without Instagram for all of Advent and all Facebook. It's been good. So I'm not back on it yet, but I might. But look how pretty that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this was Woolberry Fiber Co. I'd highly recommend you check them out. Okay. That is all I have.
This is one thing I'm going to say before we close. This is a book I gifted myself. I wrapped it and I put it underneath the tree for myself. She's a poet. This happens to be the Jenna Reed's Book Club book pick of December from like Jenna Bush Yeager on the Today Show. But I love Mary Oliver's poems, and this is just a curated collection by Mary Oliver about of her poems. And if you are a nature lover and a believer of the great power, whatever that may be, this is the book for you. And it goes fast. I mean, I read a chapter every morning of her poems, and they're really beautiful. So I
Is
highly
it a
recommend
poem
this.
each day?
It's a section each day. So this section is from her book of poetry called Swan. And so I'll read all the poems in that section. There's maybe 10. And then the next section is called Evidence, from a book she published called Evidence.
Okay, so it's just a selection of poems that you read each day.
Yep.
Okay, I've read some of her poems and I was intrigued.
And then I have a lovely little robin bookmark that I keep.
How perfect for that book.
No kidding. And if you are a nature lover, so
check it out.
Check it out, because here's okay. I'm gonna just read this one.
I want to read one.
This is the one that will really grab you, and it's called "I Wake Close to Morning"
by Mary Oliver.
By Mary Oliver.
Read by Aaron Marks.
Open mic night. Why do people keep asking to see God's identity papers when the darkness opening into morning is more than enough? Certainly any God might turn away in disgust. Think of Sheba approaching this kingdom of Solomon. Do you think she had to ask, is this the place?
That's cool. I'm going to get that book.
Yeah. That's the first poem in the book, you guys. And
how cool is that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where? Oh, you saw it on Jenna Bush.
I saw it on TV, and I knew immediately I wanted that book, and I had to special order it from a little bookstore in Red Wing.
Cool.
And yeah.
Goodbye. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, and that's what I got.
All right, that was episode 11 of Soul Sisters.
Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy 2025.
Yes. You find a buddy, you find a best buddy, and you start knitting. And you start knitting with them, you hike with them, you meet them for lunch. Don't let this be the year that goes by without getting together with your friends.
Sure. Do you have a New Year's resolution or goal?
I think I did, but I can't remember what it is right now. Go.
I've got one.
What is it?
Here's my goal. I hope to be able to do a back walkover by the end of 2025.
Oh, wow.
That is something my daughter can do from tumbling class, where you stand and go backwards and then kick your legs over. I have never been able to do that, but I've always wanted to be able to do that. And so I am going to try to be able to do that. And I've already started working. Step 1 is to be able to do a bridge. You know those backwards?
Yeah.
Like just hold it,
Yeah.
push yourself up from the floor and hold it. And I started at 5 seconds and now I can do 15 seconds. And that's where I'm at. I think there is a long road to hoe for me for this goal. It may need to become a 2-year goal, but that's what I'm hoping to do. And so for Christmas, because in tumbling class, they use these octagonal or hexagonal mats that kind of roll like a cylinder, but it stops on the edges a little bit, and the teacher kind of guides you over it as you're doing this. So I thought, well, I need one of those, but I need the bigger size, not the kid size. I want size large. But they were like $450, $400 online, and I was like, I can't justify that. But I did find one on Facebook Marketplace and picked that up from a woman in Rochester a couple weekends ago, and so I've been working on that. I can do it over the mat, but that's taking out a lot of the strength factor that I need to build and the mobility that I need to build. But that's my goal for 2025, along with I do hope to run a 5K when I'm 40 years old, and I'll turn 40 in 2025. So those two things are some of the goals. I haven't reflected more than that, other than I am going to take Jess's suggestion to just do less. Hey, Krista, how about you do less? Sounds like a good idea. Last year I said, no, I can't. I already chose to do listen. That's my word. So I can't. But do less is going to be one of my things.
I don't have a word or anything for 2025, but the one thing I kind of did want to do is my son gave me a cookbook for Christmas called Zoe Bakes Cookies by Zoe Francois. She is a fabulous baker from Minneapolis, and she's on the Magnolia Network sometimes. She's a great baker. And
cool.
I highly recommend all of her books, though I don't own any of them except for Zoe Bakes Cookies. And I thought to myself, it would be kind of fun to bake one cookie type a month out of the book that I got.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'll probably do.
Are you going to do it with Owen?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it with Owen.
Okay.
I'm going to do it with me.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun. I like that idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Cheers to 2025. Have a great year.
Thanks for watching, you guys.